Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my good people. Oh man, I got on my favorite shirt. Today is a good day. Let's just see if we have anybody that's on. Today was I ain't gonna lie, sit up and say today wasn't a struggle. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. How is everybody? Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Kenneth. Miss Mathis, good morning. Demetrius, hey, Victoria. Hey, Miss Monica. Miss Monica always has like the best vibes, I swear to God. She's always in good spirits. She's always releasing into the atmosphere something positive. So thank you so much for that, because it's sort of like where I'm at this morning. I really wanted to just have a moment of sincerity, a sincere moment. And maybe it'll bless somebody. I don't know. Hey D, I love you. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I'll just jump right on. Do y'all know like the morning time is like the best time to just like reflect, and give yourself some really positive affirmations. So this morning I say to myself, Benicia, you are great. Benicia, you are amazing. Benicia, you are doing a good job. Benicia, you can go harder. Benicia, you will go harder. Benicia, you are grateful. And so I pray that everyone does and says those things to themselves. Give yourselves, because you are Cynthia. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Smith. You are amazing. You are great. You are beautiful. You are a lot of things. Hey, Carrie. You are a lot of things. And so just remind yourselves in the morning that you are those things. And so I was, Ray and I had a really good talk on yesterday. A really, really, really good talk on yesterday. And if you get a chance, share this video, share it on your timeline, share it in somebody's inbox. Somebody needs to hear it. We had a really good talk on yesterday, and within our talks, they're so soothing, because they come from the most peaceful place. But it's always real humbling. It's always wisdom that comes from him, and it's always, like I said, very sincere. And in our talk yesterday, we just talked about just negative and positives, and how if you notice, I know I'm not the only one who noticed, but within the city there has been just so much negativity that had been going around. Good morning, Naya. That had just been going around, and I don't think we understand our obligation to release something positive back into the atmosphere, to release something positive from starting with ourselves. And a lot of the times we don't understand how we can do those things, because we weren't really taught that, and I'm not taking away from prayer. I'm not taking away anything from fasting. Those things are detrimental to your life. It is very important that you have that as a part of your life, a part of your consistent things. I mean, things that you do, that's at the top, praying, definitely fasting. But within that, with fasting, I also know that it's very, 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 very important. Good morning, Charlie. Hey, bro, I love you. It's very important that you understand and know how to cleanse. You know how to cleanse, and that you understand how to cleanse. It is very important that you know how to cleanse. And if you don't have a clear understanding on what that takes, or what that means for you, or what that means for your life, what that means for your environment, what that means for your children, what that means for your ministry, then you can get caught up into the negative. It can be in you. It can be in you. It can be on you. It can be around you, and you will start to see that the attraction is going to come. That you'll find yourself connecting or attracting negative energy. You'll find yourself, or if you understand and you're doing the necessary things. Good morning, Trevor. If you're doing the necessary things to cleanse and clear and put some positivity back into your space, then you will start to see that it will start to connect. Yesterday, Yesterday was so amazing. Good morning, Shantae. Hey, Miss Scott. I love y'all. And excuse the backyard noise. I mean, the background noise. Yesterday was such a humbling experience. I am so grateful to where I am. Because it's so easy to get off task. Man, it's so easy to get off task. But yesterday, Ebony, if you don't know who Ebony Smith is, if you've never heard of the Yoga in the Hood, get connected. Get connected. I can honestly say, and yesterday we volunteered. Girls Inc. of America. Thank you, Trevor, for sharing. Hi, Thailand. Yesterday, we volunteered at Girls Inc. of America. And Girls Inc. of America, I can remember working there as a young girl. I can remember working there. Good morning, Lamisha. As a young girl. And as a young girl at 14, you know, and honestly, I was maybe 15. I was hiding being pregnant. And I remember what that organization did, you know, even in the midst of me hiding my pregnancy. There was so much hope that was given to me that I could, you know, still be successful. And I think it was because the ladies knew. And so I'm so grateful to Ebony and her desires to give back to Girls Inc. And so with that, I'll say this. The energy yesterday was amazing. Good morning, Narkeisha, sis. I love you. It was amazing, but the energy was set to be amazing, and it attracted amazing individuals. It was a pleasure to work with Ari. It was a pleasure to work with Derek with Cool Coalition Media. It was a pleasure to be there with Kim, who is a Reiki healer as well. That felt good. It was a pleasure to be right there with the people, with Lauren, with Miss Candace. I had never met her, but her energy when I first just stepped into her presence, her energy was good. It was a pleasure to be around good energy. It was a pleasure to be around best friend, Ebony's best friend, and to hear the goals and dreams and aspirations and the things that she will make happen and what she's already working on. And it just didn't come from just one individual. And the atmosphere was set up. It was a nice studio and within purpose. It was so much that was given out. It was amazing. It was very humbling. It was very humbling. I am so grateful that she entrusted me. Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Mookie. I'm so grateful that she entrusted me to be right there in that space with her. And because I knew, you know, I said last week, you know, I cussed some people out last week. I did, you know, on over until probably this week. Good morning, Keisha. Good morning, David. Good morning, DQ. I did. But it was very important to me that I did not take that energy or that I went into that space with the right intentions and with the right energy and with the right love that was around me, because of the fact that I knew why she was going so hard. I knew that I could feel the sincerity in her heart, in her. She is right there in her purpose. Good morning, Keisha. She's right there in her purpose, willing to give and share to this world what is required of her, what God has instructed for her to do. And it started with making sure that she was doing the things necessary to work on herself, that she made a decision that she had to work on herself, that she was going to work on herself, that she was going to make sure that she got herself together before she put out in here something before it was well her time, and then she would destroy it potentially or taint it. And not to say that things can happen, they can, you know, it's life, but you control you. 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 And it's your obligation to make sure that you're controlling yourself in the right manner. It's your obligation to cleanse. If you don't understand what that is, Sunday, I'm going to share with you all some of the things just for, you know, and let me just say, some people are already there. This isn't for, you know, everybody. Some people already know what to do. Some people are implementing these things in their daily life. And those are some of the people who I learned from, who I picked up off of off of their energy and their experiences and their practices. And let me just say, it has nothing to do with religion. So don't ever get caught up in that. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with, who if you know that God is real, if you just know that, erase the lines of religion and embrace the positivity that can only afford to be around you right now. You cannot afford, DQ, for anything other than greatness and love and peace and hope to be around you, because you're around somebody else who needs that peace and love and hope and greatness, and they need to hear some positive affirmations and sincere realness. They need to hear that too. But you need to, what is your energy attracting? What is your energy attracting, Tamisha? Narkisha, what is your energy attracting? What are you attracting? Are you constantly finding yourselves in these negative environments with negative people who don't want to see you do anything great, who don't, and when you are done with them or in that space, you don't know the things that they are saying. They're going so hard on you, and nothing is about you actually becoming better. Nothing is about you. It's not about you becoming better. It's not about you growing. It's not a mutual conversation with a friend to say, hey, look, how we gonna help sis, or how we gonna help bro get to this level of understanding of what is necessary. It's not those kind of conversations. It's the kind of conversation that say, girl, do you see? She ain't gonna never. He making a fool of himself. It's those kind of questions or conversations. It's those kind of conversations that go on. But you can control. You can control. What are you attracting? What are you attracting? Good morning, Kim. I love you. What are you attracting? What are you attracting? What are you attracting? Are you attracting the negative? Or are you attracting the positive? Do you know what to do when the negative comes for you? Because it will. Do you know how to properly cleanse your space? And some of you guys, let me say this, some of us move into homes. You don't know who lived there before you, but them other people used to live there before you got there. Those other people used to live there before you got there. They lived right in the same house, and now you're putting yourself in and your family, and you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything to cleanse your space, to cleanse yourself. And so you go and set your family right in this environment. You go and set them right there in this environment, your home, your place of love, your place of peace, and you don't do any cleansing to it. And let me just say, some of you are going there and y'all will clean the baseboards. You're going to do all of those necessary things before you get into that space, except for cleanse it from what was there before you, the spirits that are so real. Good morning, Sheena. They're so real, but you won't cleanse it. Understand what the cleansing process is. Embrace the cleansing process. Put the cleansing process in the atmosphere for your family. Understand that it's important. Understand that it's needed. And understand that you don't want for yourself, your family, your children to grow through things that were not even called to their purpose, that were not even called to their... It doesn't have anything to do with their assignment. But because you haven't controlled your space and you're allowing the attraction to just fall on you, wherever it may, hey, if it, whatever, if it falls, however it falls, you're allowing for that to happen. If you are just, if you haven't understood how important it is. Some of us, you have a bunch of people at your house. Me, I love the babies. I do. I love the babies, but I sometimes have babies in my house who mothers and fathers aren't practicing the necessary things to cleanse their space. And so what happens when they come into your space? What happens when they leave their space? Do those things find it beneficial to stay where they are or leave when those children leave? Or do they find it beneficial, Shanavia, to go or to stay right there? To sit up right in your house, Lauren, good morning, and say, hell, I'm done over there tearing up Karen house. I think I can come over here and destroy some lives. I'm gonna try to destroy some lives over here. I think I'm gonna try to, go in here and, and destroy and put some confusion and strife into the atmosphere over here. That's what I want to do. I want for them this family to start getting into it. I want for their children to not believe in themselves. I want for it to be some spirits of alcoholism and drugs and abuse. Man, good morning, Russell. Mr. Bradshaw, good morning. Can you even afford to have to go through that? Can you afford that? Cleanse. Do the necessary things to cleanse yourself, to cleanse your home, to cleanse your environment, to cleanse your businesses, to cleanse in your workplace. Trust me, it can be done. It can be done. And when you're making that conscious decision every single day to take your energy serious, to embrace the things that God has given you the wisdom and knowledge on, and not to worry about what anybody says, about witchcraft. God bless our people. God bless our people, because sometimes we can be so ignorant. Sometimes we can be so ignorant to just even trying. We're going to go to hell, or, our grandmama not going to bake us her favorite buttermilk biscuits. Them buttermilk biscuits don't mean shit when it comes to making sure that the energy that you put into this atmosphere and the energy that you wish to receive is in line and in order. It don't mean anything. Get yourself together. Work on you. What are you attracting right now? What are you attracting? Are you in that space to really attract and receive that thing that you really need? Are you in that right space? I mean, seriously, where are you? Where are you at? Where are you at? Are you finding that you are finding yourself around positive individuals who are pouring something great into the atmosphere? Hey, Kai, are you finding yourself? Are you doing that? Or are you just allowing whatever is out there to overtake you and to take on your family and to even pass on to your friends? Good morning, Keisha, and your clients, and especially us who are service-oriented people, meaning we deal with people all the time. We deal with people in distance. We're constantly connecting with people. You're connecting with children, your hairstylists, your makeup artists, your lash and brow technicians. When you are those kind of people, then you are dealing with people in their most intimate times, because you get them there and they're going to talk about everything. When my clients come into the salon, they pour a lot onto me. They do. They pour a lot onto me. And so every client, every person is doing the same thing. They're pouring things and they're talking to their stylist, and the stylist is, and this is just an example, and their stylist is talking to them, and there's so much that's being poured. And then spirits, hey, look, I think I'm going to stay. I recognize over here that Lauren is struggling with, truly loving herself. And I'm the spirit that, says, hey, don't love yourself. So I'm staying, and I'm going home with Lauren. Now, what if Lauren did not know how to cleanse herself? Which she does. Good morning, Lisa. What if she did not know what to do? And now here it is, she right in your space. And she right here with you, and she's pouring stuff into you. You're telling her things, and she's pouring stuff into you, and she's right in your intimate. You're right in an intimate moment, and now you have embraced those things that were not meant for you. It's not meant for you, Lisa, to not believe in yourself. It's not meant for you, Brandon, to say I can't do it or I'm not going to do it. It's not meant for you to say, Mook, hey, I don't think I'm gonna be. For you to doubt yourself. It's not meant for you. You know that is not you. That's not what you do. So if you are right now in a space where things around you aren't the normal, When things around you seem weird, when things around you seem like, it isn't adding up, when things around you, or you find your children doing things that they don't normally do, your babies, because you know yourself and you know the person that you made them with. When you're just like, that ain't even them. They don't even do that kind of thing. Do not let that rest, because it will very much well so be their thing going forward. Do not let it rest. Cleanse, and teach them so they don't have to go through the growing pains of understanding what it takes when they get older, because they will need to do it. Don't just implement it into your life. Teach your children and teach somebody else. Teach somebody else and watch what happens. Your energy will attract good energy. If everybody made the decision to do this and to work on themselves and to embrace peace and love and realness. Some of you all need to embrace what's real, because y'all live in a real world, living fake. Not being upset with the messenger because somebody told you that your shit really does stink. It stinks. It does. It stinks. And because you so caught up in the fact that you don't want to hear somebody tell you the truth, you'll rather die. You will rather die in your wrong. You would rather die in your wrong. Embrace truth. Embrace truth. And if you have tried everything that you have tried, you have prayed and you have fasted, and try something else with that. Go in a little bit harder on yourself to make sure that this right here is what you are creating for your life. To make sure that this right here is what you're creating for the atmosphere. And then what happens within the city? Greatness, peace, love, all of that happens effortlessly. It happens effortlessly. The positive will outweigh the negative. And let me just say this, because we'll be so quick to give, man, I just wish I could have been in the conversation with Ray and I. We'll be so quick to give the enemy too much power. But I'm going to instruct you guys to read the story of Job and the hedge that he asked God to remove. Protection. You have it. Claim yours. Or to go back into the Old Testament, put in your Google, I don't know exactly where it is. God is the author of good and bad. He's the author of good and bad. So make a decision to work on yourself. Make a decision to work on yourself, because you have that power. You can decide today. You don't have to wait until tomorrow. You can decide today that you are going to be the good within yourself that you wish to see inside of the world. That you are going to embrace the truth. You're not going to let nobody come on and play in on your mind because you choose to be peaceful and you choose to be loving. You're not going to let anybody play in on your mind and make you feel anything other than what you need to feel. You're not gonna allow that to happen. But you are gonna make a conscious decision for yourself to live within righteousness, to live within in righteousness is enough. I'm just gonna say that. To live within righteousness. Righteousness. You're gonna make a decision to live within righteousness. And what happens? You break curses. You put into this earth, you put into this world, you put into this atmosphere new blessings. You for yourself and for your family. For generations and generations and generations to come. You put into that. Your children will find themselves able to be financially blessed because, oh yes, you can have abundance. And when you make this decision, God will give you that. God will give you abundance in more ways than you can ever imagine, beyond your finances. But if you rest in this dirty, in this nasty, in this stench, in this, if you rest in this negativity, then guess what happens? Guess what happens? It becomes your life. It becomes you. It becomes your children's life. It becomes your nieces and your nephews' life. And it becomes your children's children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your great-grandchildren for years to come. And who's to say that they will ever get it if you don't? Who's to say that they will ever get it, Shara, because you don't? They just may not ever get it, but you have the power to put it into the rest of your life and the rest of your generations and your legacy. You have the power to put it into the atmosphere right now. So will you do it or will you not? Will you find yourself still in those places with those people doing the same thing, getting the same results? Or will you make a decision to change your life? I had to make a decision. I did. I had to make a decision, and I had to remind myself, good morning, cousin, that I have to consistently work on myself. I have to consistently work on myself, because when you make a decision to change, people will look to you to be the change that you say that you are living. And God holds you more responsible and more accountable. And, you know, I don't want to let him down, and I don't want to let you all down neither. I want to be exactly that person who I'm talking about. I want to be her. So I have to always have me a self-reflection moment and come back and say, self, okay, well, how could you have handled that? Or, you know, how could you how can you better yourself? Make sure, self, don't think that just because you are here in this peaceful place right now, that you aren't going to be required to do the things that you need to do to stay there, Sheena. You gotta be consistent with it. You have to be consistent with it, and I understand how it can sort of get, you know, you start to get to being busy. But when you think about the things that can happen if you don't slow down, if you don't take this serious, when you think about the what ifs, you will slow down and you will restructure and you will go to the foundation and make sure that you put some things there to hold you up. And you will let some things and some people go, and you will be blessed to have some new things and some new people and some new experiences. You'll be blessed to have those things into your life right now. You can have it. You don't have to wait. You can make a decision today. Someone right now has somebody who they need to let go of. Someone right now on here needs to cleanse. Good morning, sis. Someone right now needs to cleanse. Someone right now needs to remove some things from their life to make room for what is ready to be on the way. But it can't rest here. It can't rest here with all of the other stuff that you have going on, because then it's no good. Cleanse. This Sunday, I'm hosting a class, The Peace That Lies Within, with just being able to give you guys some of the things that has helped me. Some of the things that has helped me. And this is for beginners, you know, because I can't say that I have it all figured out. If you're a person who has practices that you would like to share, hey, share them on this post. Let me know. You know, maybe we can link up and we can give that to somebody else, because together we are so much more powerful. And if we start implementing, you know, practices like, honestly, I have to give it to Sandy. Sandy, you know, years ago, had a yoga studio years ago that she kept trying to get me out to, and I did not go. And now you can't beat me getting over to yoga. You can't beat me getting over to yoga on Wednesdays and Saturdays and trying to find ways for me to connect even my clients to that yoga experience on both sides. My clients from the salon and my clients from this great part of my life as well. But what would have happened if I would have embraced it years ago? How much further would I would have been? So what happens, Miss Morgan? Good morning. What happens if you make the decision today? What happens if you make the decision today to have what you can have, peace around you, to embrace and be able to attract that positive energy? What happens when you make that decision today? It becomes your life, and the energy will consistently find its way to you. You'll find being blessed with so many, and once you start making those connections, you know, other people start making that connection, and oh man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when good energy get together with good people in good places. You have a good time. You have a good time. I hope to see some of you guys on Sunday. If not, I understand. I honestly do. I understand. But ask yourself, what is it worth? What is it worth to put off you starting today? Do you have time? Can you risk waiting to start? Tomorrow or next week, can you risk that? Can you risk that? I love this share. Can you risk waiting? Man, can you risk? Karen, can you risk? Karen, can you risk it? Can you really risk waiting till tomorrow to say, I'm gonna do better tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Can you risk it? Okay, real quick, because I never read the comments. Karen says, how do you get out of that place where you feel stuck? I've let friends go, made drastic changes in my life, but still feel stuck. Like maybe there's nothing I can do. It is always something that you can do, baby. You have the power to do so many things. We are children of God. We are children of God. The God. We are children of God, Maria. Good morning. And because, Rosalind, we are children of God, just like we have similarities, we look like our earthly mother, our earthly mother and father. You have the power to heal yourself. And if you've done all of those things, sometimes you got to dig deeper into the things that you need to do. Try some different things. What are you doing to release some of this stress? What are you doing are you trying yoga? Have you did you a good smudge? Have you cleansed? Have you implemented some new practices in your life? Have you took you a good spiritual cleansing? Have you read up on what your chakras are? Your chakras, the main chakras line up through the center of your body. Have you read up on those to truly understand how important it is to your life? Oh man, no. I want you to understand. You have the power. Oh, you have the power, and you have the power to do something great, and you will do something great. And so in order to go ahead and get that thing that you have been instructed by God to do, that is your requirement, that he's expecting from you, you got to get yourself together. Don't give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Don't ever find yourself feeling stuck. Lauren, add her into the accountability group. Request Lauren Love too, so that she can add you to the accountability group. Sometimes you need to be just around good people and good energy. Sometimes that's just what you need. And if you can't attract it, keep working on yourself and go attract to it. Go attract to it. Don't worry about what nobody's saying or what nobody knows. Look, because I'm going to tell you now, if y'all went based off my past, I wouldn't have no viewers on here right now. I wouldn't have viewers on here. But what I did decide to do, and Shana, yes ma'am, I'll put the link. What I decided to do was not only to allow the good energy to attract to me, I made a conscious decision to go and connect to what was feeling like good energy. I made a decision. I said I wasn't going to just sit here and just wait on it to come to me. And I've never been that person. Rokisha, good morning. So I have to go and connect myself to the good energy. There are some really amazing people right here in this city that's doing some amazing things. And when you understand how to really test the spirit by the spirit, when you understand that, Tashara, good morning. Oh, you will test the spirit by the spirit. Trust that instinct that you feel. Get with myself for Kim and make sure that your chakras are open, especially your third eye. That spirit of discernment is serious. You want to always be up on game on making sure that you are, up ahead. That you can trust what you're hearing in your mind. That you can trust God's voice. That you can trust the decision that you have to make and make the decision. Oh, man. Okay, you guys. Man, I love you all. I do. I really do. And I'm so grateful for this moment to be in a place where I can actually speak about something that is serious and sincere to me. And knowing all of the things that God, knowing all of the things that God has, planned for my life and being able to vividly see it and to claim some things that I may have not seen before. This is serious, you guys. Take it serious. What are you attracting? Are you cleansing yourself? Are you cleansing your home? Are you cleansing your children? Are you preparing them for what they will have to do tomorrow to stay in a peaceful place, a place of love, and to be able to understand and discern where they should and shouldn't go, who they should and shouldn't hang with, the kind of decisions they should and shouldn't make? It's all a process, and it's a combination of things that you must do. And it's not hard. It's not hard. Sunday, you go online and get your ticket. I'll post that, The Peace That Lies Within. Come out if you're ready. If you're ready, if not, then see me in a couple of months and tell me about the moment from now up until then. Let's talk about it. I love you guys. Have a blessed and peaceful day, and remember, you are what you attract. You are what you attract. Cleanse yourself. Cleanse yourself. All right, I love you.